You. It's your boy John. Our dad pulled up for us now. Special guest appearance on this brand new episode of Another Shitty Opinion podcast.
How many episodes y'all did so far? What episode y'all
we did 12. I think we're filming episode 13 as we speak. This is episode 13. So yep.
It's lit.
So it's progressing, Each episode I just watch and I try to watching it, editing this shit. I'll be trying to, I know certain stuff I gotta work on. It's just different. When you're in a crowd of six, it's easy to just chill.
Right.
When there's less people, you gotta carry a little more.
Yeah, you gotta keep the conversation going. So what you gonna do in regards to the seasons? How you gonna drop the seasons? You gonna do 50 like we do at SA, or you gonna go all day like Bud and them do and just take breaks whenever you feel it?
I haven't decided. I don't know if I want to stop at 50. I was thinking maybe at 100 I'll stop, but gotta get there, right? But gotta get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, hopefully by the time that happens, restrictions happen, we make the right moves, and we'll be in an actual live place.
Yeah,
actual, some other stuff. Because once and I feel like in person you can get other stuff done. Like there's other stuff you can do.
Yeah.
You can only do as much on the Zoom, but you can still do stuff on the Zoom. I'm saying, but only much could be done.
It ain't the same though. Like that live interaction though, that shit.
As I'm saying, you can get probably stuff. You could improv probably be much better.
Right.
Stuff.
Word.
Better,
Yeah.
But it's all work. You just gotta keep, putting stuff out, work on it.
We gonna keep pushing, man. Keep pushing.
All we can do, we're gonna get there. And so is the young show. OSA is the big brother. And so little brother. We have other little brothers on the way, but they'll be here when they'll be here.
Yeah, whenever.
They'll be here when they'll be here. They still haven't been, giving birth. They still
exactly.
But they'll be here. Don't worry, look out for future shows.
Still in labor.
They'll be here. But it's gonna be a nice, calm episode. Each week we have controversial topics. So might as well start off with a controversial topic. It's basically at this point a controversial artist because some people still, even with his history, his convictions, people still love him.
Yeah.
People still probably most likely love his music. I heard his music went up. His sales went up
500. Yeah, 100%.
500%. He's convicted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's not like it's not anywhere it's clear cut. You can say he might be innocent.
Yeah.
Convicted.
He's been convicted. His time hasn't been settled, but he's actually found guilty of the offenses against. Yeah. So
fucked up.
But
shit. And we know
people love that nigga.
Like I love his music, but with this, it's like, in my honest opinion, I don't know if I feel like there's certain songs you could listen to, but it's like, damn.
I think there's certain songs that's motivation wise, like I say, I Believe I Can Fly, The World Greatest, like those songs to me can live forever because the
content,
the content and meaning. But when it comes to the more sexual songs, Half on the Baby songs, and shit, the love songs, the freakiness that we love about R. Kelly, it's like
that kind of created his legend,
Right, exactly. The real penny dropper before Trey Songz was the penny dropper. Kales was the nigga doing all the freaky shit at the shows, and everybody loving him and shit. Now the songs have like different meaning and shit. It's just like when you listen to songs when you were a kid, you be singing shit and just you don't really know, but you just singing away.
Mm-hmm.
And now you older, you hear it's like, damn, I was singing it, I didn't even know what I was saying. Now with Kales, it's like I was singing this shit, I love this shit. And now I hear it's like, damn, bro, now I hear you.
It's tough. You know what I'm trying to say? So
I still be singing, hit hard from the back, all around on the front.
So I just came
is fire, I can't stop.
I just came up with this decision. I'm just gonna sit back and just, like I won't listen to it. But YouTube made the decision, instead of removing his music, they just removed his channel. So basically,
right.
I look at that as that basically, if you listen to his music on YouTube,
Yeah.
you're supporting whoever put the music up, but you won't be supporting him because he won't be getting any type of.
But they still, but they still have the streaming up. They don't have the actual physical channel. So YouTube has their also have their streaming, like a Spotify, like fucking everybody else. So his music is still available on their streaming platform on YouTube. It's just his physical channel where him and his team uploads music, his label uploads music videos and content of that nature. That's shut down. But if you want to listen to R. Kelly's music via YouTube for their streaming, it's still there, and therefore he'll still make money.
Okay, I was about that's gonna be the question I was asking. I'm about to say like shit. They need someone. I upload all his music to YouTube and try to get some money off that shit.
you think nobody gonna do that? Somebody that's
not. I'm pretty sure a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at certain YouTube videos before people really started playing channels out, it was somebody else that put the video up.
Right.
Still, to this day, if it didn't get the copyright now,
right? Yeah.
Someone made money off that shit to this day.
That's a fact. But how would they handle copyrights? Because again, he still owns the music, whether we want to support it or not. He still owns the music. It's still his written right, his property, his intellectual property.
I think his people will have to do it.
Right. I mean, he won't be able to do it, but his attorney, which I'm sure he has, his legal people will still make claims in his behalf, and therefore, even if he's in jail for whatever, the shit he's in jail for, people still got to follow the law. So they can't be like, well, that nigga in jail for this, so I can steal his music. This is me. No, I'm playing Robin Hood. I'm playing his music, taking money out for, I'm gonna give it to the people that was, nah, you can't do that. Ain't nowhere around it. So if you fuck with his music, you placing it anywhere, he gonna collect income from that, and therefore his team and him are gonna benefit from it. So it's like, yeah, YouTube did it. I heard Apple Music is supposed to be completely taking it down, like from their streaming. That's what they've been saying that's going to happen next. But you look at the artists that he's worked for, the artists he done written for, the scoring that he's done on albums, shit like that. Y'all gonna pull?
I think it makes it tough because now it's like, say R. Kelly worked with an artist that's not as big and had a song written by R. Kelly or something that R. Kelly has credit for, and that's that artist's main feeding thing, that song that gets streamed.
Yeah.
Are they wrong for saying, nah, I want to keep that shit up? If they take the whole stance, we're just gonna remove anything that's attached to him.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Even if R. Kelly only got points on the song, a lot of times people don't be the main writer, but they contributed something to it. He will still get his credit and still, receive
royalties.
His royalties for whatever song or intellectual property he played a part in. He'll still receive royalties no matter how big it is. So if we're gonna take the real Dan R. Kelly stance, then everything that he has a point or a score on will then have to be removed from all likes of entertainment that comes from movies, that comes from TV, that comes from commercial, that comes from like every facet that his music has been used, or parts of his music, or even his pen just points where he's might have had a back vocal on some shit. Y'all gonna remove this shit?
I want to say Space Jam, the OG Space Jam, his shit is like all over that.
Again, what you gonna do? Nah, they ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be like,
and the fucked up part about it is like he helps it, like it just all blends perfectly. I believe I could fly, Jordan.
Right.
Shit's crazy.
Again, I get it. I am, what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm better than R. Kelly music wise, because I've learned to separate people from their music or whatever they like, their entertainment is, or whatever it is they like, whoever they are as a person. I've learned to separate people from their art and the person. That comes from movies, that comes from film and all that shit. Like a lot of times we do see the person when we listen to something or we watch something, people are fans and you are a fan of the person. So I've learned to separate people because if we talk about the fucked up shit, especially when it comes to Holly weird, a lot of the fucked up shit, we will be banning everybody. We will be counseling everyone because Holly weird, they call it Holly weird for a reason. These motherfuckers be doing some weirdo shit. A lot of people don't get like put out in limelight and they don't get blasted. But it's a lot of stories about big names from actors, entertainers, musicians, everybody that works in that world be doing some wild shit.
You know what's crazy? They're saying R. Kelly talking about he want to cooperate and start naming names of other celebrities and stuff like that. So it's like,
why not? Exactly. So now, Holly weird. You got to be in the know to know what's going on. Somebody put R. Kelly, give him an example. He just started telling on motherfuckers and giving dates, times, boom, boom. This story happened. This boom. Then you get the victim come out and cooperate it. So now we're just gonna be dropping motherfuckers. Counsel. This counsel. Which counseling the person? You got to counsel the art if y'all really gonna truly stand on what y'all saying. So a lot of people are banning R. Kelly, and I'm not mad at them because again, they have a stance, and therefore they don't want to support anything that he's a part of. But the nigga's a part of a lot of stuff. So
it's just gonna take some time for certain people to really because he's been heavy in music like 20 plus years. So anyone
since the fucking 80s. Since the 80s, nigga got 30 plus years and like penned for everybody. Probably penned some of your favorite songs and shit. Probably got scores on albums and tracks that you didn't even know that you love, that you didn't even know nigga had no parts of and shit. So once you start digging, then you gotta be like, all right, shit, I gotta counsel Aaliyah. I gotta counsel Tony Braxton. I gotta counsel Tamia. I gotta counsel this person. I gotta counsel this. Or you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do all that because that's if you're gonna truly stand on the counsel shit, you gotta truly stand on the counsel. You can't be like, I'm gonna counsel everything from this period moving forward and shit. But everything right here, yeah, I'm gonna keep that. But all this, so it's a crazy time.
It's tricky with him because he's probably one of the bigger stars as we're dealing with this controversy. You hear about C-listers, B-listers, now and then D-listers, celebrities.
I mean, when you think about R&B, R. Kelly is considered the GOAT.
Yeah, he was. To me, he was the king. I say he's now, removed. There's a spot that you could be filled.
No, I'm just again taking all crazy shit aside, just off the art period.
And the music.
Most people would say
him.
He the king.
Yeah.
So you have somebody on the top of the fucking food chain of the hierarchy going through such a big thing is going to change like the landscape of music and shit. Because now you got the Kiki Palmer shit coming back out with Trey Songz and shit. Like she had issues with Trey, and that's being brought back up on some sexual shit, like some shit.
I'm just saying, it's just like I just find it crazy that his shit went up 500%. Like I feel like certain people was like, at that point, people was trolling like.
And I think a lot of times people want to get it before it because it's this whole thing with the ban R. Kelly. There's a chance this shit might be gone, so people are trying to get it before it's gone and shit. Because like on Apple Music, on Apple, you can buy it. You know they got the Apple stream and shit, but if you buy it, then it's yours. It's your music. They can't take they can't take that from you. So a lot of people been going out and buying this shit so they can have it forever and shit. And his kids and his family will benefit from that. His ass in prison, so until they figure out what they're gonna how much time they're gonna give him. But again, his family is still gonna benefit from it because the shit went up.
I think he's gonna be in there for the rest of his life.
Possibly. Hey. It's a lot of freaky motherfuckers that need to be in there longer, right along with his ass. So you do freaky, creepy shit. It is what it is.
Yeah,
got to deal with it.
crime. You gotta be able to do that time.
Because if R. Kelly was in my family, we probably would have whooped his ass. So keep it a buck. We want to do the freaky creepy shit. So it be like that.
It's crazy. You know, it was bound. You know, it was bound to happen. Like before, you know what I'm trying to say? Because it's something people's been talking about for years. Not like
forever, yo. And again, it's just in hindsight when the tape dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
We some fucking creeps, yo. Like we some weird motherfuckers. Like we so consumed with the bullshit because everybody's trying to watch this shit. Like when that shit, we were kids, we were shorties when this shit came out. But like, I see a lot of motherfuckers who are of age who was aware of what was going on and shit. We wasn't even really aware when this shit was going on. We might have been some little fucking freaks trying to find out what's going on, but we wasn't aware of what was going on. Now in hindsight, him getting convicted and shit. This like people are really watching this shit. Like,
and everybody's like, yeah, that's him. That's him.
But again, we was like motherfuckers was really watching that shit. Like, and was enjoying the way it'd be like motherfuckers be like, yo, you see the R. Kelly Taylor? Because again, me being a shorty hearing like motherfuckers talking and shit, barbershop talk. Man, that's that nigga. No, that ain't him, that's his brother and shit. But full-on conversations where motherfuckers watching this shit, not even to even lie, like keep it a buck. Niggas used to be in a barbershop. Put that shit on, yo, bro, put that shit on. Like, and it's a bunch of niggas and shit. And it's R. Kelly doing what he's doing allegedly with a minor. And it's like it was a big cultural thing where this shit was shown everywhere. Like,
think about that. That shit is crazy.
It's just like, yeah, like culturally, but like culturally, how fucked up the world is. Like, where this shit was the hottest thing at one point in the streets and in the world. R. Kelly. This sounds crazy. I don't even want to talk about this shit no more.
You made me think about. I'm like, damn, that niggas always used to say that, yo, tape. People used to always talk about that tape, and it's like, damn, like obviously we're young, so we ain't know much better now.
Again,
older.
But again, imagine, and don't imagine, but imagine the biggest R&B artists come out today with such a tape like that. How that shit would be taken. Yo, we put that nigga on a fucking execution style, like bro, like get the picks and forks and shit. Go to this house with the tiki torches, like yo, ain't nobody honoring that shit. That at one point, that shit was, even though it was wrong, it was culturally okay.
But I think what also saved him in the court, he actually beat the charges of it.
Yeah, right.
Like, obviously, with that going on, there was a court case behind that. And I don't know how it went, but I think his lawyer was able to prove it wasn't him.
I'm just saying.
Got dismissed or something.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying how widespread those tapes were. Like, again, even with him being, not getting penalized or them finding him not guilty of it, the fact that people were entertained and watching this shit culturally, like it was a phenomenon at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like thinking about it now was really fucked up. Where motherfuckers should have been, yo, I'm not watching that shit because of the allegedly what's happening in the tape. R. Kelly with a minor, that shit should have been deaded from the jump.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it won't have the same effect, but I feel like it'll still get the same appeal. It's just people want to see the fucked up.
That's okay, and that's what I'm saying. Culturally, we are fucked up because we gravitate to the bullshit. Whereas, it went. Of course, people gonna go check it out because people just our inquiring mind want to see for ourselves. But I think from the jump, it'd be a lot more people like, yo, shut that shit down. Like, yo, that shit's not like, it's not right. Whereas at that time, it was like, it was a joke almost. It was like, yo, this nigga Kale's wild as hell. He pissing on the like.
Yeah, shit is crazy.
But we grew up in that. We still shorties during that time. I was a little older, but I didn't know what was going on.
I was saying we grew up in some different times. What when that shit first came out was what, 03, 04? Like around that time?
I think it was before that and shit.
Oh shit, 02, 01?
Yeah,
Shit.
like 01, like 2001. Cause I remember being the shorty, my brothers now, like talking about the shit and me like not even knowing what's going on and shit.
I
I
was
was
fucking 10 years old.
so,
So that's how you know. I'm 30
yeah,
now.
right, exactly. So
That should just tell you how long this man's been in that spotlight with that
right,
shit. You know,
right, exactly. You
they
30,
finally
I'm 30, I'm 33.
they
And
got
this was, and again, this was prime Kales going through this same shit. And now again, we're adults and it's the same shit like fucking 20 plus years later.
Oh, talented man, but got what he
Niggas be
deserved.
creeps.
You know what I'm saying? He got what he deserved. He about to do the rest of his life in prison. And that's what he deserved. He done some fucked up shit.
Hey,
Fucked up shit.
it is what it is.
Our whole
Bro.
life. You know what I'm trying to say? It is what it is. Our whole lives, we've been hearing about him doing some shit.
Yeah, word up. Like, that's facts though.
Our whole lives. But,
Right.
you know, moving on. One my favorite comedian all time.
Word.
Arguably,
The GOAT.
you know,
The GOAT.
arguably. Because, you know, everybody has, when it comes to GOATs and music, rap, you know, basketball, football, everybody has their you know, their person that they feel is
Right.
so, like, you know, to be fair to everyone, I'll say arguably the GOAT. I feel he's the GOAT, but you know, it's debatable because everyone has, you know, I feel like there's not that many people that has a case in it, but you know, there's certain people that have the case for who they have their case for. They dropped his new special on Netflix. Closer. I think, and also it's the last one on the Netflix deal that he signed with them.
Right. Yeah, it's current deal.
So on his current deal, and he said I think he said he's gonna take a little break from the thing, and he's also, you know, how he joked. He said he's gonna take a break from joking on a certain community.
Right.
It was a dope special, you know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, it received some backlash because the content and what stuff we talked about, but
yeah, again, the closer, Dave Chappelle is a go for me and shit again, because I think again we talk about our age and shit and us being too young. Like for us in our generation, you got, you know, Dave, you got Kevin, like Kevin Hart, you got a few guys that's really done their thing in the last 15 to 20 years or so. Dave has been the most consistent, the go for me and shit. Like, you know, you got the Bernies, you got Martin, you got, you know, Eddie and shit. A lot of those guys, I got to go back and watch them and shit because when they were in their prime, I was a shorty. And although I go back and enjoy their content at the time, Dave shit is real to me because he's speaking about shit as we live it. And again, it's not even really like jokes. It's just like conversations with an OG if like on a summer night, just talking about real life and shit. The whole issue to me with this closer shit is it ain't nothing new. Like if like for this big cancellation that's coming out after this shit because he's talking about the alphabet people, what they call them, the alphabet people, the LGBTQ plus community. He's been doing it. He touched on whatever's going on at the moment. He touches on it. So with how many he had with Netflix? 4, 5?
Couple. He had a couple.
Yeah, so he's touched on shit, and gradually it's been like a gradual progression, like a long conversation with OG and shit. So it's like the cancellation of it now is weird to me because throughout, if you've been watching his shit with Netflix, then he's always touched on shit. He don't go down, but every new experience he talk about that. Then the next one he talk about between it, he talk about another experience and shit. The LGBTQ plus community is a part of the world community, so therefore he gonna talk about his experience in the world. Like
also,
I ain't mad at it. Shit.
From being, you know, roasted, everyone's getting roasted.
And that's the funny shit is like we so quick to cancel people, but in comedy, especially when it comes to stand up, nobody's exempt.
That's what I'm saying. if you giving people passes, then to me, I can't take you common serious. I feel like you're biased, something not right. But everyone's getting it the same amount, like equally. Obviously, there's certain ones that you're gonna roast more than others. But if you roast everybody, that's it. That's how I feel like it should be. Everybody's.
And then again, a lot of time with the great comedians, their stand-up reflects the world.
Mm-hmm.
It reflects what's going on in the culture. So even with motherfuckers like Dave the Go, but even white motherfuckers like Andrew Schultz, like his stand-up, he everybody. Like he'll touch everybody. He talk about black, he talk about white, he talk about Spanish, LGBTQ. He go in on everybody and shit. He goes on his tangents and then he'll go off the cuff and say some shit. It's just how it's comedians just joke on real life situation that a lot of shit that we can't say on the stage for comedians has always been like, y'all niggas can like,
yeah, you have the free pass, bro.
Y'all got the free pass to roast everybody. And we come in here, we knowing that nobody exempt. If it's funny, we gonna laugh. If we feel some type, that's gonna make it even more funny. Because you know if a motherfucker getting roast and you feeling some type of way,
we're gonna keep picking that hand. It's open season. I got him.
I'm on you now. So with the Dave Chappelle shit, I don't look again. LGBTQ, that's who we've been targeting lately in regards to other jokes, but they are part of it because they're a part of the world. He talks about his interactions with them and shit like that, and he make it humorous. Like I ain't mad at it and shit. Like, but motherfuckers to just be so quick to cancel. And then you had these the Black National Foundation, whatever the fuck they call
coalition, some shit.
Coalition, nigga, I ain't never even heard of you niggas.
I never even heard of them. I'm like, they want to cancel Dave. Like, what?
I ain't never heard of you. Don't know what you do.
I think it's the National Black Coalition of Justice or something like that. I've never heard of them.
Never heard of them and shit, but they come out. And again, all people need is the fuel. And everybody fine and jump on shit and be ready to cancel motherfuckers. So, look, the shit was funny to me.
They don't care about that. I enjoyed it. I watched Special twice. I enjoyed it.
And again, how he brings everything full circle, like how he says, I'm not even talking about y'all. I'm really not even talking about y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. I don't feel no way about y'all. It's the white people that Dave has an issue with because his whole thing is pick a fight. Like the LGBTQ community has given a lot of white folks the opportunity to jump around to be a minority. Whereas like they've been privileged for so long. This fight now gives them, because it's a real fight and it's been a real fight, people of that community fighting for their rights, fighting against the injustice against them. And it's a real fight that now a lot of white folks are able to jump in that and be like, well, forget my privilege. I am a minority just like y'all. And that's what Dave was pretty much touching on this shit. It's no ill will against the LGBTQ plus community because he gonna talk about their ass. He gonna talk about his Asian wife and her peoples. He gonna talk about white folks' experience. He gonna talk about niggas. He gonna talk about everybody. That's just who he is. He talk about the world as he see it, and it's fucking funny. Either you get the joke, you get it. If you don't, okay, it's cool. It's just somebody's way of expressing it. But damn, it's like you can't. Like I said, like these motherfuckers act like Lord Voldemort. You can't mention their name, and it's like council time, and shit's like, bro, let's stop. I get it. I'm still sensitive to a lot of black issues, so certain shit that you'll say that'll irritate me. But if a nigga said it's funny, I'll be like, you got that. Fuck you, but you got that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's comedy. Like that's all I can say.
Yeah, comedy. They do what they do, but I always check it out. Have
and
fun.
Again, Netflix ain't counseling Dave Chappelle.
They siding with him, and also Dave said if this is what it feels like to be canceled, he loves it and he doesn't care. Like, he's living his life regardless.
Again, you can't cancel a motherfucker who will disappear whenever he feel like it. You can't cancel a motherfucker that turned down.
Like people forget
the bag, the Comedy Central bag where he like
really walked away because he wasn't really feeling shit. He walked away. Not a lot of people was walking away from that money.
Right. Walk away and then come back and do whatever the fuck you want, and then could leave if you want. Like
Yeah, he go right on the
everybody.
sunset. We might not hear from him for 5 years, and then come back.
Facts.
Boom, new special.
Word.
He never left, and people still going to tune in and watch it. I feel like once he took that first hiatus, I feel like the demand for him increased because people loved it,
Right.
especially the Chappelle show. People,
Again, because Chappelle Show I still watch and I still be laughing, crying and shit. Like that's one of the few shows that's because it's raw and shit. But again, Dave is one of those comedians who, with everybody being so PG and everybody being so sensitive, Dave just come from a comfort. He like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna touch on everything because this is what we do. Like growing up in the hood, like ain't nothing. Even that's why I say in the barbershop, everything is up on the table, bro. All that sensitive shit, bro. We talking about it. We gonna get our opinions across. We gonna feel some way, but at the end of the day, it's all love. We just speaking from our experience, and then we gonna move on from it. This is basically what Dave Chappelle do in his comedy. It's just a conversation. He a humorous nigga, he a funny nigga. So he finds a way to have conversation, make it funny, but it's real shit that's going on in his opinion of what the world he see. I ain't mad at it.
yeah, of course. I feel like also, people tend to compare like something I dislike, but people like to compare their struggles and their adversities. Like we all go through
Right.
adversities, and some people try to put certain adversities before, like with that
But
movement.
again, but that's what Dave is saying. Like again, motherfuckers trying to pick a struggle. Motherfuckers trying to jump on this plight, which is and this injustice that the LGBTQ plus community face. And so it's like, yeah, this is the hot topic where it's like nothing else matters because this is what we feeling this shit. But it's like, motherfucker, you don't know other people really be going through shit. Fucking Asian people just getting beat the fuck up last year. Like black folks been going through it forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of plights people going through that we could all be sensitive of, but ain't no injustice greater than the other.
Yeah, I'm saying injustice is injustice for all.
Yeah, so like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you gonna pick you know what you stand for, but if we gonna fix the world, we're gonna deal with shit. Let's deal with shit as a collective. Like, no, my shit right now though, like, bro. Okay, so I can say my shit been going on forever, and we still face it. Do my shit supersede your shit? No, it don't. You gonna tell me it don't? So let's just deal with shit, the world that we in, and try to fix all this shit. But Dave a comedian. Let comedians be comedians. They gonna say some shit that's gonna hurt your feelings. They gonna crack jokes. It's okay. I don't know how many times I've heard a comedian say something about big black fat motherfuckers, which all I fit in all those sectors, and I ain't feeling no type of way and shit. Like it is what it is. Because again, I take the art for what it is. It's art. It's comedy. Like I'm not. Dave ain't making up. Dave ain't up there on a fucking making a political stance and shit against a certain type of people and shit. He's a fucking comedian making jokes. Let that be that.
Right. Yep. My man Dave, my goat, but moving on.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Moving on. Your man's Kanye back on the news. He's about to open up his academy, his own sports academy, named after Donda.
It's gonna be a sports academy.
I think it's gonna be everything.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be everything because also when I seen like two top high school sports players was committing to it. So I think overall.
Okay.
I don't know why I said sports academy. I think it's gonna be an academy that's gonna carry a sports program like a regular, like a regular.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know if it's like of course every school has a athletic department, but is it going to be a school focusing on performing arts or the arts? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that the mission of the school. Of course, it's gonna have athletic department where they have a football team, basketball team, or whatever sport they cover. But is it gonna be what's the mission of the school? Every school usually have a mission, especially when it comes to like academies or charter schools and shit.
I
Like,
think
it,
I think he wants it to be like a school, but also known
mm,
for his sports because it says
gotcha.
he's trying to recruit some of the top high school basketball players in the country to go
Right.
to the school.
I mean, that's fire. I mean, I ain't mad at yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
my guy.
I think
So
he's going for the overall. He wants it to be about the art and everything, but he also
yeah,
wants
yeah.
he's doing something for he feels for his community, and boom.
But generally, when it comes to like high school sports, even if it's like a performing arts school or something, like athletics usually drives schools in the sense of popularity and actually enrollment. People coming. You got a top athlete in your school, like people gonna want to come there, even if you like your main focus is performing arts and shit. Because I would think uh, with with him and his other Donda being both people that heavy in the arts,
Hmm.
that he will focus a lot on that as well. And I'm pretty sure I'm damn near positive he will. But I just want to see where it's gonna be. It's gonna be in the shot, right?
I think so. It's definitely gonna be. Yeah, I think it's gonna be located there.
That's what's up, man. Bring something to the city. Motherfuckers be getting whacked. I saw my little brother just posted somebody on Wicca, which is downtown shit, like the nice neighborhood. Two people shot. I mean, two people dead. Like four people shot and shit. Like,
That's
and
crazy.
again, this downtown Chicago, like
That's the
that's
place.
what.
That's what the supposed safe zone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Ain't no safe zones in the city and shit. So
But
like,
just those are
but
safe.
again, right. But it's considered like, yo, it's high. It's heavy police down here.
That's
It's
the last thing you need to worry about
yeah,
over there.
right. Right, exactly. So it's like, yo, they motherfuckers ain't on shit down here. That's wrong. Like,
Actually, the school will be located in Cali.
okay,
It'll be located in California.
that's some weak ass shit. Yeah, you should need to open your first school in Chicago. I'm not mad at the school, and but again, with all them, California already got all the big name athletes in school and shit. You got Sierra Leone, Sierra, all that shit. All them niggas that Drake girl kids and shit, Brian kids, all of the big name kids is already in
Yeah,
California.
I said he also he sent plans to like be like their rival to build like a
Yes.
basketball program to rival them.
So
That's what
now,
the article.
yeah, he tried to. At first, he was going against Jordan, the Jumpman. The Yeezy jumped over the Jumpman. Now he tried to go against Brian now and shit. Like, yeah, a monster and shit.
Yeah,
He
my man
like,
Kanye said, fuck
yeah.
all that. I gonna know. I mean, we
Right.
winning out here, man. Like,
He like, I'm gonna have the whole team and Yeezy Gap and shit. It's gonna be Yeezy Gap uniforms. They
bro,
gonna
the
have
jersey's probably gonna be crazy. He
the
probably gonna be
jersey gonna be
almost.
fire. Exactly,
I
gonna
might have to get
design
me
the
one of those. That
jerseys.
shit gonna be fire.
Design the jerseys. You get a free pair of 350s when you sign up for the school and shit. Like,
Mhm.
you ain't gonna hook it up and shit, but I don't know, bro. You need to do that in Chicago. Chicago needs something. We need more
I
more
think
shit to get the kids off the streets.
still a great dope idea, but I think it would have been dope and better if he did it back in Chicago. But
Yeah. You see, his wife was hosting SNL.
I seen
His ex-wife.
well, well,
She had
they separated, but they ain't officially
yeah,
separated yet.
right. You're right. So his wife, uh, Kim Kardashian West, had a little jokey jokes
Mhm.
in regards to him and his family and shit. It was corny. I was waiting to laugh, but she tried. Since we talking to Ye, that just happened as well. But man, shout out to Ye, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah, Easy continue to win. Always
Open one of them.
Easy can't really
Oh,
do no wrong in my eyes. That's how I feel. That's
yeah,
my
I
guy.
know, John. I
That's
know.
my
Ye
guy.
my guy too. Ye is my guy too. But open one of them schools in Chicago.
No, I feel like the stance he's taking, I could see why he chose to open that where he opened it.
Yeah, because he on some bully time shit. Like,
He's trying to implement, like, what I'm trying to say. He said he's trying to rival like that school. So it's like obviously my source is located in the same place.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. All the big name high school kids, most of them are migrating to California. They do for AAU's in California and shit. So yeah, he's trying to give them a alternative to the big names that's already there and shit. Like y'all ain't gonna come fuck with Yeezy. You ain't got no Yeezy in your Serato. Like
I'm pretty sure he's definitely. They said he reached out and they said that he got like two already. You know, article was reading. One of the people he recruited a 5-star, a 4-star recruit, and he has another recruit. I don't know if they announced it yet, but he's already committed to go play for Duke, and he's about to have him in his program. So
but how long? But when is like the school is physically open? Is he like taking over a school and like?
I'm assuming.
Like, is he opening a school like ground up? Like,
I'm assuming it was a building that he probably bought.
Yeah, right. Because a lot of times, like especially when it comes to like academies and charters, you could just put your money to an already established school and then change,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
remarketing, repackaging a school that's already.
He probably for him to recruit people. I think he was something he was already working on. Like he just didn't say it, and he just announced it. So I feel like it's gonna be top of the line, faculty, facility, or everything. Everything's gonna be top of the line. It's probably already built. It's probably something that was already there, and they just renovated it and replaced everything, top of the line stuff. And it's just probably, realistically, it's probably a month or 2 months away from actually being ready to be open. But I agree with you though. He should have definitely opened it in Chicago, like how LeBron opened. It's I Promise. That was the name of the school.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
In Cleveland, but he chose California route, and then opening up a school. Dope idea.
He opened a school.
That's my guy. It's my guy. But okay, moving on. Interesting news. I'm not gonna lie. I watched a couple of documentaries. I watched some movies.
They had the movie.
No, watched movies based on this person's. But supposedly an independent group of people cracked the code that no one's been able to crack for like what, 40, 50 years?
Yeah.
40, 50.
It was what, 1968, right? Yeah.
But
it's been like 40, 50 years.
As I'm saying, like he did his killing spree in the 60s and then he just went. He just disappeared. And he left. I don't understand. It was in the 60s, so they feel like they cracked the code. I think they cracked the code. I'm gonna name the person. They did? Huh?
You think they actually cracked it?
Yeah, they said they did.
I know they said they did.
Hmm?
I know they said they did, and they fucking identified somebody.
Yeah, they identified the guy they identified. Allegedly, they feel that based on how they cracked the code, they feel Gary Francis Paste is the Zodiac killer.
This nigga look like
old white guy.
Is this a mugshot? Because they got this nigga. He looked like an actor like that.
They said that was a mugshot of him because he got arrested for domestic violence in like 2016. So that's I guess the more up to date picture they have of him. Right. He's a regular guy. I'm not gonna lie, he looks just like the sketch. Could be wrong.
Yeah. All white people look alike, bro.
He looks just like the sketch. But no,
he looked like an actor. He looked like that fucking actor. Bro, I don't know, man. It looked like the sketch, but I know a few white motherfuckers that look like the sketch too. Jim Carrey and Liar look like this sketch. Fucking there's a few people that look like this fucking sketch. The skinny nigga from what's that? Doogie Howser look like this fucking sketch. Like a few people look like this fucking sketch. So I don't know. And then the sketch is black and white. It's not even like, it ain't even where it's like digitized. Like the sketch is so old, where it's like, and bland, where a bunch of motherfuckers can fit this sketch, bro. Like, I get it. He do look like it, but a bunch of motherfuckers look like it. I give you 10 motherfuckers that look like, I can pull up 10 pictures.
You know what's crazy? the guy that's accused, right? On his own right, take away the Zodiac, he's
Yeah.
linked to 5 murders himself.
The Gary Francis Pasta.
Yeah, he's linked to 5 murders himself.
Okay.
So it's like take away Zodiac. That means he's a guy of interest in some other murders.
Right. So right. So you put that together, and then you take the similarities of the sketch and the fucking mugshot. He's already have the other murders that he's been attached to, but not committed or not found guilty of anything, but he's been attached to him because his ass would be in jail.
He passed away in 2017.
And he was out.
He passed away in 2018. So he's not alive.
But he wasn't in prison for these 5 alleged.
No, the 5 alleged murders that he's been linked to outside of the Zodiac stuff. He wasn't in prison for that.
Right. I mean, it's easy to say this motherfucker is attached to him. He dead. Can't question the motherfucker. Can't like pick his brain.
Shit, I'm not gonna lie. Watching documentaries and the movies, I'm like, shit. At this point, I just want to know who did it. Like, I feel like I was like, maybe one day the person who did it just come out and say he did it just right before he died. So if they could prove it was him, I'm all for it.
Shit, I was watching this girl on TikTok. This nurse, she had lost her job because she was saying like a lot of white folks when she's like they be having dementia and shit, and be them old white folks, and then like they be admitting to shit when they like fucking losing it. And she was talking about how this old white lady, spoke about how she got some black boys hung, lying on her deathbed and shit. And she's like, she's telling the nurse that she lied. I said the black boys whistled at her, said some derogatory to her, and they got hung. But the shit was a lie and shit. Like, and she talked about like she lost her job because she was doing like multiple videos about like her experience dealing with these old white people as they enter, they going towards the upper room or going down going to hell. Either one of them places. They leaving this earth. They start mentioning old people get once you start spending time with them, they start opening up their mouth, start telling them shit. She like, yo, the wild shit these old, specifically white folks. She deal with all type of people, but a lot of the white folks had a lot of demons that they were letting out because they didn't want to die with that burden on them and shit. And so they will admit to shit, they will confess about shit like they've been holding, and she was just like,
well, that's where he ended up. He had dementia. He ended up in one of those hospitals too.
Yeah.
So that's where he died at one of those hospitals. But this is a mystery that I just want to always know who it was. So
yeah, but again, that don't give any closure because he dead. Like this person that they're alleging possibly, it don't get no closure because again, we still can't question the person that they're alleging did it. Like, there's no way to hear from him and say, yo, you've been attached to this based on our knowledge. We've put you.
No, it's crazy though. Like it was like 2-3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Another killer from around that time, which I feel like them 60s, them 70s, them 80s.
Wild times, boy, some wild times.
Some like infamous serial killers. Like we had TV shows and all types of stuff based on killers from that time. But he was a killer that was doing his his killings in the 70s and the 80s, and they finally caught him. They caught him like 3-4 years ago. Same thing happened with the BTK killer.
Right.
Like 10 years ago, they finally caught him. Because after they do that shit, they really live regular life, have families and shit.
Again, because unfortunately, the good thing about white folks, they blend right back in and shit. It's fucking the community. Like, I'm gonna go on this axe murder spree. Boom, I'm gonna move. And I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna even murder nobody no more. I done killed 30 people, but I'm done. That was like 1 year. I went on a massive killing spree. and then I'm just done. I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna be a good old grandmama, granddaddy, and shit.
I'm gonna be the best neighbor you know.
Right. I'm gonna be the most helpful neighbor you know and shit. And then it come out like you see the motherfucking SWAT kicking the nigga door down, and she like, what the fuck? Oh, do you know you been living next to the fucking rainbow killer and shit? This nigga done killed 30 clowns in the last and back in the 50s and shit. And I'm like, yo, I just had dinner with this nigga. Like, we go to ball games together and shit. Like,
that's just, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy for them to even be able to do that and like be able to turn off the switch. Like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm chilling.
right, it's over.
I'm chilling right now.
I got good thing I got that out of my system. All right, let me go back to living.
Imagine arguing with someone like that. Like, you know, you get into like, you know, natural argument, disagreement, like, you know, and
imagine them getting caught, and you think about the arguments that you had with that motherfucker. Yeah, they got a little spicy and shit. You like, damn, this nigga.
Shit.
Now you can't even sleep right now because you see this nigga when you close your eyes and shit. Those little dark corners in your room and shit. Like, you up like this, like see this nigga and shit. Like,
that's crazy because I don't know how they do it, but you know, they said the police said the fact that the group that feel like they cracked the code is not really part of the investigation. They did it
right
on like their own stuff. They won't take the stance, but they won't. I feel like they won't like confirm their findings unless they do like their own investigation.
Yeah,
check it out.
Yeah,
they want to make sure it's credible.
Right, because it's an independent organization and shit, so they ain't gonna.
But if it's credible,
they're not gonna give it any credibility until they get use their information. Yeah.
Right. But for those that have been victims of it, I think if it's credible, they might as well confirm it. That way, even though he's not on the planet no more, there's still somewhat closure to those that related to his victims that's still here to this day. Because obviously, he's doing his killing.
I mean, it would be closure because the motherfucker is dead. So if the motherfucker's still alive, then it'd be like damn.
It's some type of closure. It ain't the best.
It ain't the best closure because you don't know for sure because you can't actually physically get a confession or get to some type of legal ending or conclusion to it and shit. But it's like, okay, there is okay, this is the guy we think did it. We're pretty sure he did it, but he did. So chapter or book closed and shit type of shit. And that may work for some people. But for everybody it ain't. But
for those that still around because
right.
He was killings in the 60s.
Right.
There's still some people around from there.
Yeah, it is.
People know, I'm saying? Like it was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure there's still some cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, parents that's still around.
I don't know the age of, of the people that
I'm pretty sure most of his victims was in the 20s or younger, 20s or younger.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then again, my dad, it is early 70s and shit, born in the early 50s. So for family that was around, young family members, they're up in that age where they're in the 60s or the 70s area. So there's still people that's possibly people that's around that's affected by that was affected by the situation and shit.
Mm-hmm. Shit is crazy, but I feel like it's a mystery. One of those mysteries that I never knew would ever be solved because shit, watching all the shit, but it might be solved. It's alleged. We'll see how it plays out, but I thought it was interesting, something I want to talk about.
Nah, that's dope. They got some type of closure to it,
Mm-hmm. Get rid of. You hear more from it,
Yeah, but got one murderer is gone. We about to get to another murder.
So Tech Nine dropped a new song, The Face Off, and everyone's favorite celebrity, Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
the last
Actually, rapped.
action hero.
Yeah. The Rock, basically. The wrestling hero, the action hero, The Rock.
Yeah,
You know,
The Rock rapping and shit.
he actually rapped.
Now I heard Rock rap. Remember back in the day when WWE used to have the CDs where you know how the theme songs and shit.
I remember that.
And Rock had a track. Yeah, I wish that was the last time I heard The Rock do music, man. Because, not even that. No, I still listen to You're Welcome, you know what I'm saying, from Moana and shit. He was getting off on Moana soundtrack. You know, I can fuck with that, you know what I'm saying? But this shit trash, bro. First off, I fucks with The Rock. You know, Rock is one of the OGs, one of the for our generation, one of the GOATs when it comes to professional wrestling. And again, today for most people, he's known as the actor, the entertainer, the fucking action star. But now he picking up the pen and shit with Tech Nine and shit. I don't even like Tech Nine. I don't like none of these. I'm not a big fan of fast rapping. So first off, I'll segue with that. Motherfuckers really be thinking because they rap fast, they killing shit. Let's debunk that. Let's debunk that.
Do though. Not all, but some do though.
No, I know that. I'm debunking the fact that because you rap fast, listen to me. Because you rap fast doesn't mean you are fucking killing it. You could be rapping fast and saying a bunch of bullshit. And that's what I got from this song because it's three niggas rapping fast. You got Tech Nine, you got another MMA fighter nigga rapping, and then some little skinny nigga look. I thought he was Big Sean at first until he started rapping. But then I'm like, all these niggas just rapping fast, just going in. And I respect Tech Nine because what he's been able to do as an independent artist and shit, been rapping forever, highly respected in hip hop and music and shit. The nigga sells out wherever he goes. He got a loyal fan base, loyal following, and the nigga be putting up numbers every time he drop projects and drop singles. His core is big as fuck. They go support it. Mm-hmm. I personally don't like that weirdo. I'm bro. Fuck out of here. And other niggas was trash. And then The Rock, big muscle head ass, common shit with his little weak ass 12. It wasn't even a full 16. It was like 8, 10, 12 around that shit. Like, it was just trash. I like it because it's funny. Like, for entertainment purposes, I definitely recommend.
The way it sounded, I think it's crazy. I was like, it probably would have been better. I think he actually wrote his raps.
It sounded like he was talking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he wrote it. I think he wrote the shit.
It sounded like he was. No, it wasn't a real flow. It was just like, Rock talking, but rhyming.
Like, rhyming on a beat, basically. But
right. So he just like rhyming, but he just talking and shit. I'm like, yo, you The Rock, you can do whatever, bro. But man, I'll never hear that song ever again. I'll never hear that song.
I heard it one time and I had to share the wealth. I had to send it out for people to listen to. Like, yo, I gotta check this out.
Again, I've sent it out because I'll be like, yo, and my comment is, yo, this shit funny as hell. And then I send it. Like, here's the link. Want to look at something funny? Here's the link because
what else that does? It helps build the viewership.
Oh, definitely. So I ain't knocking nobody bag. I'm just saying I fucks with Tech Nine, the businessman. I fuck with Tech on the indie side. How long he's been in the fucking game, I respect that. But I never been a fan, unfortunately. Too weird for me. That's just me. And them niggas on the other two niggas, they not like weirdos, but they just rapping fast and they ain't saying shit. Like listening. I be listening to the words. Bro, them one saying shit just like, I rap fast, dunkers, go bonkers, sunker, just one rhyme like through the whole fucking, bro, miss me, guy. Shit ain't it. It ain't it. It ain't give what it was supposed to give. That shit was trash, man. And The Rock, just being big as hell, being the Rock. I'm gonna talk on those songs because I'm the Rock, and I'm going to get some socks. I'm the greatest jock. I can do rap and pop, just like to the beat and shit. Like, okay,
Well, this
all right.
shit will grow because more people will watch it. And you have
I'm pretty sure how many views that shit got? Because it probably got 1 million views or some shit already.
Yeah, it definitely is over a mil.
Let me go see how many views because I was watching that shit right before the pod.
2.8 3 days ago.
So yeah, it's definitely that's the Rock. This is even fucking not even the Rock. It's Tech Nine. Tech Nine people support him and shit. So like, I could barely get 10 motherfuckers to listen to my song of mine. So I ain't knocking it, but tech people go out and support. So it's gonna do views, and then you put Tech, his loyal followers, and then The Rock, who's fucking the biggest fucking thing in entertainment right now, because the nigga drop a movie every 2 months. Like, everybody gonna listen to that shit at least
Rock
once.
is working. That man,
like, yeah, working his ass off.
Yeah, that man's doing movies, doing everything.
Him and Kevin Hart, these niggas like just don't stop. They just like don't stop, and that's why they do shit together, because they just some workaholic ass niggas and shit.
Like, shit, yo, you trying to do a movie? Shit, my
Right.
schedule open. Let's just go do a movie. Like,
Exactly. Let's.
It's like
got,
four.
Right. I got 6 months. Let's go. Let's put this movie together and shit. What the idea you was talking about? Cool. Let's run that shit. And work on that shit the next couple of months and put it out, and that shit gonna sell. It might not be the best, but it's gonna sell. And
of course, you know,
I ain't knocking it.
what they did Central Intelligence. I like Central Intelligence. They did
both the 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I got, right?
That's the only movie. Nah, there's no way that's the only movies they got.
I feel like they got more, but I don't know.
I definitely feel like they got more.
No, because Kevin Harson, the Rock and other movie, the Rock and Statham movie.
Kevin Hart was in that for a little bit, yeah.
So yeah, they got a few of them shits.
What's the first movie together?
Jumanji.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. And then and then Central Intelligence came out after that.
Definitely did. The Rock and Kevin Hart movies. As far as there's another movie we're missing.
I don't know.
There's Jumanji, Central Intelligence. Central Intelligence was the first one.
Okay.
He was in Fast Furious Hobbs, so both Jumanji. Yeah, I guess shit. All them videos because you would have thought they did like 30 movies together, but
because all them shits was coming out like right behind each other, like boom, one drop, next drop, this drop, that drop. Like for the last like 2-3 years, them shit was just like clockwork dropping and shit. So it seemed like more because they ass was in our face for like 2-3 years in a row, like just nonstop.
That's crazy. I would have thought they had like at least 8.
It felt like that.
At least
because
8.
Again, because you can't turn on TV, you can't go to the movies without seeing they ass. So that's why I feel like that and shit. Mm-hmm. And not to mention they movies that they do outside of each other and shit. So them niggas is always in our face.
Yeah, because I feel like it's so at least 3 Rock movies and 3 Kevin Hart movies come out every year.
Every year.
Every year. But no, shout out to them. The more movies they put out, the more money they make. And
hey, run that shit up until motherfuckers don't want you no more. Keep going.
Yeah, might as well. So you can't, do that shit no more.
Again, all the big comedians when they on their run, they stride, they just constantly keep hitting you with shit. Eddie did it, Martin did it. Like they just keep dropping shit. Like action heroes, fucking the Bruce Willis, the Sylvester Stallone, the Arnold Schwarzenegger. They just keep hitting you with shit, dropping shit. As long as you gonna keep coming out, I'm gonna keep running this shit. I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep running it back.
Once you move up the C list, B list, A
Right,
list. Once you hit that A
right,
list,
yeah.
that's when you
I'm gonna
start
keep
really seeing the real money. Like you see real
right.
money, and you run. You like, oh,
Exactly. So because of that, I'm gonna keep running it back. Like, yo,
yeah,
keep running shit
A
back.
list money, and yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, nothing like A list money.
A-list money, you do 3 movies, 2 to 3 movies a year, bro. You go on a 3, 4 year, 5 year run. You didn't set enough money. You done made enough money for generations of your family, like generational wealth. Y'all straight. Like it's
Shit,
nothing.
shit,
And these
shit.
movies where you the star. So you could play co-star in between that shit. You could do TV shows in between that.
Guest
You could do a
appearances,
guest appearance and shit. You could do fucking animation and shit, voiceover work, all that shit. Cause them niggas do that too, like voiceover work as well.
That's I said. That A list money. Once you get there, is lit.
So low key, them niggas really be having like 6 movies a year, like from movies where they actually in it to animated shit. Like them niggas really be having like 5 to 6 movies per year.
Niggas is working.
Working hard, bro.
They
Yeah.
definitely doing a lot. But moving on, it's been a trending topic the past couple of weeks, and it also resurfaced. I don't know if you know the story or not. I've seen it, I read it. It's an interesting story. It's one of those stories.
I've been seeing people talk about it, but I don't really know the story.
It's one of those stories. You start reading it, it's like okay, and you just read it just to see what's the story. So basically, this couple was getting married, right?
Right.
Was getting married. I guess shit didn't work out for them, so they asked a friend of theirs, who's a photographer. A friend of theirs as a photographer.
What you mean shit didn't work out for them? Like finance? They have.
I think when they was planning out the wedding financially, when it got to everything was set, they didn't have the funds to get an actual photographer, a wedding photographer.
Yeah.
What's the price range on that? I know you got married, price range when it comes to that.
I mean, shit, depending on where you at and shit, a good photographer can usually come with at least 2, and then if you want video as well as photos, you could pay a good $300 to $500.
All right,
for a photographer for 4 hours.
All right, so
if you want it for a whole day event, you become out a nice little penny. If you want some quality shit.
Right, so you set a little range, and you said 4 for 4 hours, and you said if you're doing the whole day. So basically, this couple asked a friend, and they offered the friend $250 for the day to shoot the whole shit.
Right.
So
as cheap on the part of that friend when it comes to photography and shit, because we do our shit low key, Don's visuals. That was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So that person did it out of love. So that was some love right there.
So $250 for the day. I heard there's another side to the story, but I didn't see the other side. This is the main side to the story, and this is the only one I read. So I'm basing it off the story I read.
Right.
So they're going throughout the day. The photographer gets hungry and asks the couple if he or she could eat. I think it's a she. I'm not 100% sure. I think the photographer is a she. I could be wrong. But he or she asks if she could, eat. It's been a long day.
Right.
The couple tells him no. Tells the person no. Then there's another question that's I guess after that it's a heated exchange, and then the couple basically says we're not gonna pay you, for the work you did. So before the photographer leaves, after putting hours of work, just deletes everything, photos, videos, just delete everything in front of the couple.
Yeah, that sounds like a woman. That had to be a woman. That's petty as hell.
After the fact. So the moral of the story basically is, was the photographer wrong for taking that stand? That was the conversation photographer wrong for deleting everything and leaving.
My whole thing is, okay, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this was a woman because a woman is only that petty to do that in the moment. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make y'all feel this shit. Now, if they ain't gonna pay you, y'all ain't gonna see the photos anyway.
That's true. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you paying me to take the photos.
Right. So again, you don't get the photos at the end of the day. They have to be taken home. The photographer look over it, edit it, does this he or she thing, throw their tags over it. So it's not like instantaneously like events over. Here's a fucking SD card with the photos on it. That ain't how the shit go anyway. Another thing is this is supposed to be a friend, right?
Yes.
So if this a friend, then when they already have a plate for them, like, so this, because again, to me, it's like you weren't even invited. Because if you're a guest, you will already be accounted for in regards to a plate. So if I'm there as your photographer, I was never down as a guest. Therefore, I was never considered as you never put me down for a plate, which is kind of fucked up because it's going to be a friend looking out for friends because they have a financial situation where they can't afford, the expensive photographer. Mm-hmm. Okay, bet. That's petty as hell of them. First off, this y'all, again, whenever a motherfucker provide you with a service, the best bet is to play nice until you get what you want. And then you say, kiss my ass. Now, this person is taking your photos to the biggest moment of your life.
And it's a female. I just seen an article. She just broke her silence 12 hours ago.
Duh. Duh. Only a woman gonna do some shit like that. But again, a person providing you a service, this motherfucker has captured the most important moment of your life. The best thing to do is to play nice until you get everything that you need, and then you can turn asshole. Y'all playing, this motherfucker got y'all photos. How y'all gonna get them? First off, again, whether the person deleted them or not in that moment, y'all wasn't gonna get it based on the exchange that already happened. So those moments that photographer captured is already fucking gone. Now, in regards to being petty on a photographer, hell fucking no. You, again, I'm doing you a solid. I'm saving you dollars. $250 again, like I said, John, $250 for a web.
It's crazy. She's a dog groomer, and I think her job is to basically take pictures of animals. That's her.
Right. So she probably don't do weddings and shit, and she's probably like, okay, I'll do it. I know how to work a camera. Y'all my peoples. I know how expensive this shit could be for a photographer. I'm gonna look out for y'all. Y'all don't have the decency to have this person a plate. And yeah, that's what I say. They must invite you to friendship because again, if I was your friend, I was already invited. I'm already gonna be in the house. I'm not just gonna be a guest. I'm gonna take pictures, but I was already gonna be in the house. So to me, it's like they was already trying to use this person because if she was a guest, then she should have already been accounted for a plate. I'm pretty sure y'all got to play for the DJ or the fucking band. Mm-hmm. They gotta fucking eat. Like you took them in account, so how you gonna take account of the photographer? They try to play whoever this photographer is. They low key try to play them. The $250 is mad cheap for a fucking probably like 8 to 10 hours, and then y'all don't get this motherfucker fucking a plate. Yeah, delete them.
You know the crazy part in her silence. They said that she was in the groom basically said that the photos was lost. It wasn't deleted. That's what he told the bride.
The groom said that?
Yeah, so I guess they try to like,
because the groom, stupid ass, probably said something foul to the photographer, and the wife didn't know nothing about it until the shit like after the fact. Like the heat exchange probably was between the photographer and the groom.
Maybe no. Probably wife probably knew something about it. She had to know something about it.
I mean, I'm saying like I'm pretty sure she knows about it, but I'm saying the actual exchange sounds like it was between the groom and the photographer, and the groom trying to dumb it down, so the wife ain't too mad. Like, damn, yo, she was mad about food. I told her ass, we ain't got to feed your ass. We gave you $250, and then she stormed out and deleted the pictures. Like, he don't want to tell her that. He gave her a dumbed down version of the shit, and the wife is probably like, oh man, sad about the shit. But I think the interaction or the altercation was between the groom and the photographer. He being a dumbass, said some wild shit. She felt offended and then did what she did. And I ain't mad at her. Fuck y'all pictures. Y'all niggas trying to play me.
Like, I don't think she was wrong. It's just the whole situation is funny. Like, all she wanted was a 20-minute break to eat. That's it.
And that's what I'm saying. This ain't nobody off the streets. This somebody y'all know. So it's like, it's a double offense to me. Because like, John, you get married, bro. You like, Dev, I know you ain't like a photographer, but I ain't got the bread to pay. Yo, I'm already invited. As a friend, I should be invited. Could you do me this solid? I got this for you. I'm gonna say solid bet, bro. I got you. I'm expected to fucking eat. Like, I'm doing you a favor, like, because I'm only here in this function because we are peoples. So, like, to me, they didn't even value the friendship, because it's like, as a friend at your wedding, I should have been there as a guest, so my place should have been accounted for. So I wasn't there as a friend, and I'm only here as a photographer for the low. Y'all niggas didn't even do me right that way. Fuck y'all photos. Now y'all lost that moment. Hopefully somebody got a good picture or took a good video.
Or somebody posted pictures.
Yeah.
And
yeah, right, exactly. With their iPhone or some shit, or their Android. Yo, anybody like put a post on Facebook? Anybody got videos and photos from my wedding? Please send them to me and shit. Please comment. Yeah, you look stupid now, goofy ass. But I ain't mad at her. But I knew it was a woman, because women get your ass. Oh yeah, you think you slick? Okay, I got something for y'all ass.
You know, and that's the final topic. So that's a wrap on the new episode,
pod, man.
City Opinion Podcast. It's your boy John, special guest.
The Don of all Dons. My mom called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. Let's get it.
All right, so let's do